Firing. He's going for Landry down by the end zone. A tumbling catch for a touchdown. Jump. He's to the 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Is this how it feels to win?
Welcome back, Survivors, episode 39, season 4. This is Surviving the Season, live from the Eastwood Studios in Manila, Philippines. I'm Adam. Greg's here.
I mean, how much money do you have just to be able to bounce around studios? You got studios all over the world. You're like white Dr. Dre from Ohio.
It's like 25% of the cost to chill here than it is to chill there.
Yeah, we might have to do everything from Manila.
Yeah. Also, my connection's really pretty good. I'm surprised. I streamed the game in full HD today without a hiccup, if you can believe that.
And there's parts of the United States can't even get that. I thought I was going to be talking to you like this, like, hey, Adam, how was the game? Thanks for asking, Greg. It was great.
Sat phone. Yeah, the old school sat phone.
Yeah. Goddamn, technology's unbelievable. And there's no doubt in my mind now that the Earth has to be flat for you to be able to get this reception so quickly. How could it just go around the world? Halfway around. Exactly. You're 12 hours difference, right?
Well, 13 with daylight savings, but yeah, it's some 10,000 miles away. But I still watch. Yeah, I still watch the Browns beat the Buffalo Bills 19-16 to improve to 3-6.
Oh, please, somebody please question your fandom. Somebody out there, I dare you. 10,000 miles away. He was there, baby. He was there to see the Buffalo Bills go down to the Browns.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to watch the Browns lose to Denver in Vancouver, but I might just stay here. If the Browns keep winning, I'm not leaving. So I'm also going to pick against the Browns every week.
Yeah, that did work out for you.
That worked out. We got to give a shout out to Corey Gardner, who has joined the executive producers on Patreon, patreon.com/SDS podcast. If you want to support the show, at Runs Trail Ultras. Corey, yes. Welcome to the producers. Thank you so much, buddy.
Yes, thank you very much, Corey. Really appreciate that.
Hope you enjoyed the win.
That money that you just threw in helped Adam get a studio in Manila.
Oh, shit, that's funny. So what can we talk about the game? We win. I want to say something real quick. Chubb Hunt in the backfield is such an improvement.
Oh, imagine that. Imagine that you have players in the backfield that are proven players instead of, well, we think he can do the job, like they tried to do with Dontrell Hilliard. And I had a number of fans and experts on Twitter saying, oh, no, the Browns they don't even need a third down back. They don't use that kind of stuff. Oh, okay. That's interesting because when they actually have somebody in there that can take over those duties, he gets 9 targets today, 7 catches, 44 yards. He made a couple big ones, and he plays like it's man's game for Kareem Hunt, right? Like he's just a bull in a china shop. Good luck bringing this dude down. He doesn't mess around. He's getting every single yardage, all the yardage that's there. And guess what else he's going to do for you? Oh, Nick Chubb, you need somebody to clear some lanes for you? Okay, I'll be out there blocking for you. No problem. Team player.
Yeah, dude's out there blocking like it's week 1. Oh, it's week 1 for him.
Yeah, well, and it is. Yeah, okay, you get the fresh legs.
Fresh.
You get the fresh legs. But guess what? You gave up 8 games. We went 2-6, and partly because we didn't have a third down back. When I had to listen to people sit here and say, well, there's no need for that. It's a Todd Monken system and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. We're okay. We can play a guy who has 0 or like 4 career carries, whatever it was. It wasn't much. And don't worry about it. It's fine. We'll just go with this guy. And we'll get it to week 10, and then we'll have Kareem Hunt come back. No big deal. And now we sit 2-6. We might have missed the playoffs. And I realize it's a lot more than just that. But Are you telling me in all these close games that Duke Johnson wasn't going to help you? Of course he was, because you see how important that is to this team today.
7 catches out of the backfield, 44 yards. It doesn't seem like a lot. The Chubb and Hunt combined for 195 yards from scrimmage today. That's 6 yards a touch almost. And as my boy Pete Smith said, throw out all those goal line. If you throw out all those goal line, they're 8 yards a touch.
Yeah, it's a red zone, man. Whew.
Yeah.
What a joke. Oh, I mean, we scored 19 points today. We win by 3 by the skin of our teeth. And again, there's like no business. We're leaving points on the field all the time in the red zone. And then
dude, figure out the red zone.
Down by 4 late in the game. I almost, it's like if we need to score from like the 25 or 30 yard line, because if we get inside that red zone, chances are we're screwed. That's how bad it is. It doesn't make sense. We can move the ball all day up and down the field between the 20s. If we start 20 to 20, we're one of the best teams in the league. When we get inside that 20, we turn into one of the worst teams in the league. It makes zero sense. And if you can sit here and tell me that it doesn't have something to do with the style of calls that Freddie's making in there, then I you're just wrong. I mean, we see this. This is not an issue for so many other teams, but it's an issue for us of what we're trying to do. Like I mean, how many times did they go to Beckham today on just a fade again? Well, we'll just try the fade a couple more times.
Yeah.
And once, like I said, I want, first or second down, fine, throw one. I don't care if that's what you think is going to work, but it just feels like we have no game plan in there. We have no game plan ever. Once we get down there, it's like, we got these plays, let's just throw them out there and see what happens. And nothing happens out of them. There's no, we're not playing off of what the defense is doing once we get down in the red zone. What do they like to do? Where's so many teams pick plays? We don't run pick plays. We don't run this or that. It's just no. There's no real plan. It feels like.
Yeah. Well, they did run a pick play for Landry with Hodge in there, and Landry didn't get open, but he caught the ball for like a 1 yard gain, and boy, he just as soon as he got up, he just started screaming at Hodge like, you got to do your job.
Yeah, Hodge. Kadarrell Hodge is okay.
Right. He's a special teams guy.
What's up with Callaway being inactive today?
Yeah, Callaway inactive. Apparently, Freddie doesn't know how to put Higgins and Callaway on the field at the same time or actually just play them off of each other. I don't know why it's got to be so difficult. I mean, maybe you need Hodge for special teams. I get it, but
Hodge is definitely a special teams. You have to have Hodge on your offense, or on not on your offense, but on your roster because he's so good at special teams. But why is he getting snaps over Higgins, and why is he getting snaps over Callaway for any reason? And why is Callaway inactive? Where that just comes out of the blue. So it's almost like they can't even figure out which players are like their best players. It's bouncing around Greg Robinson and Wyatt Teller. It's bouncing around now Higgins and Callaway, and they just can't figure it out. And we've been at this for now 10 weeks. You think that you know which players are the good players, the ones that you can rely on, which ones you can't, and maybe that's the case. They came to the realization we can't rely on Callaway. So but why it takes us long? It takes us long to figure that out.
Well, even then, I mean, he missed the first 4 games, so I mean, he's got a spot on the offense, right? There's nothing. I mean, Callaway is a good receiver.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's
you don't want him as a starting X, but at the same time, like he can play. You can throw him out there.
So they had 4 backs then today that were active. And I think that's how you get rid of how Callaway ends up not being in there.
Oh, okay.
Because you have number 30, D'Ernest Johnson. I saw him on special teams, and maybe that's the case. Maybe Hunt can't give you that special teams, but with the fumble by Hilliard.
Oh, yikes.
I don't know if we need Hilliard even in the game at all, to be honest. I don't know if he even needs to be on the roster or on the starting 53 or whatever, 48 or whatever it is that you go on the game day roster. I don't know if you need that with him. You could probably leave him off and then get Callaway back in there. I guess they were just going with what they felt was the best group, but there's one time there where we have Landry and Beckham out there, and then Hunt and Chubb and Hilliard, and they went to empty, and then they spread out. So we went with 3 backs, and then they all spread out on first down, and this is the one where Baker takes the safety.
Yeah.
first down, empty. How often are we going to keep doing this? It hasn't worked.
Well, the protection seemed like it was like they slid the protection to the left. So Mayfield has to, like, if Mayfield knows the protection slid to the left, he has to see the dude coming off the right side, and he's got to throw that ball into Lake Erie. I mean, I'm not sure why he didn't see that. If maybe the offensive line was confused, but I know a lot of people probably put that on Hubbard. But I think the protection was slid left because Hubbard picked up his guy to the left, and there was just a free rusher. Mayfield's got to get rid of that ball.
And that might be, and when we go back and watch it, we'll take a look at it. And I think you're right. And there was a safety over top of that linebacker, which means it's likely that that person will be blitzing. So anytime a safety is lined up directly with a corner, like a slot guy or something, a lot of times that shows the quarterback that this safety might be taking that guy that he's lined up across, and they're just going to be swapping out. So the corner will be blitzing, and then the safety will be taking the guy after, and Baker probably doesn't see it. But the point is, it hasn't worked, but you keep doing it. And you should at least, in this game, okay, where we ran the ball effectively, and where against a team that knows you're going to try to run it right down their throat, the last thing you want to do is take away the idea that they don't even have to try to defend the run. Right? You should be making them think that at any moment you might be in that you could run the ball. When you go to empty, there is no way you can possibly run the ball with a running back there unless you're running some kind of jet sweep, and then it would take motion, which we don't ever run. So They know for a fact you're going to pass it because you just went empty. Quit going empty and make the defense think that you have the opportunity to run the ball, and they have to try to defend that.
Right, someone's got to protect an edge if you look like you have a run scheme.
I don't think Baker is ready to do these full field reads over and over. I just think that if you give him one or two easy reads early, on a play like that, instead of going to an empty, he's got to read the full field. He's just not fast at it yet. And it doesn't mean he's never going to be good at it. He's a second-year quarterback. You just don't come into the NFL and then you can immediately read every single defense perfectly and you're going to get everything right. It's just not the way it works. So it's going to take time for him to really build up to this. And I feel like this is the point that we've been making, is that you've taken all this stuff and you put it on his shoulders, and it's like it's on you, Baker, instead of going, all right, let's make it easier for you so you can use your arm to throw accurately. You can, where you're not having to overthink it, and you're just going to use your gift as a good thrower and a natural thrower to move the offense that way. And now he's just back there trying to overthink, and he's not recognizing it quick enough. And it's because you put him in situations like that. And you should recognize that he's not doing well at it, so then you quit putting him in those circumstances. Yet, Freddie Kitchens continues to run the same things over and over. It doesn't make sense.
Everything Freddie does right now is going to be second guessed too.
Oh yeah,
because it seems so fragmented. Nothing comes easy right now. So, but I think Freddie needed this win probably more than anything.
Oh, I don't know.
You improved to 3-6. Freddie needed this one.
I needed this win badly.
Oh, well, yeah, me too.
The fans needed it. The team needed it. Baker needed it. Freddie needed it. Jimmy Haslam needed it. The whole state of Ohio needed this win.
I was damn near celebrating on the 14th floor of some high-rise in Manila like we won the Super Bowl or a playoff game. Like, I was that excited to win this game,
Yeah. I mean,
just because we needed something positive. Fuck.
Yeah. And thank God it did happen. And now we're going to come back. We play Thursday night this week?
Yeah. So we got against Pittsburgh, who is trailing the Rams right now.
Yeah. But they have a better record than us. And they will, at the end of the day, have a better record than us because they have 4 wins. So,
yeah.
We need to take back second place. God damn it. All right, so we can go through the game here, but we're going to have to go through you. So I had Code Red going on. I go to a birthday party that, family stuff, people setting stuff up at 1 o'clock on a Sunday. How dare, this is a national holiday, 17 weeks of the year. How dare you? family.
Especially in Cleveland. I get it if you don't live in Cleveland, but
well, my wife's just like, she's already basically like, all right, you're probably just not going to go. And I was like, do they have a TV there? Yeah, they'll have a TV there. Well, then I'll show up. We show up. Guess what? No cable on this TV. It's in. I go, wait a second. I thought we're going to your sister's house for this. No. We're meeting. They have this little meeting place, right? Like we're gonna go watch, or we're gonna have the birthday party because there's so many people coming for. It's like her first birthday or second birthday. My niece. It's so many people coming. They had to rent out an area, but don't worry, they have a TV. So when we get there, guess what? No cable. No cable. So now she's like, she's like, just leave. I don't even want to look at your face because I can tell you that you're mad at me.
Oh shit, that's funny.
So I'm like, oh, who, me? Why? Like I would be upset about such a thing? I'm scathing inside about ready to go right through the wall like the freaking Kool-Aid man. I'm so angry. And
but you got to be chill, right?
Yeah. No, I'm completely happy. No, I definitely wanted to be here with everybody eating birthday cake and looking at butter, whatever little kitty toys that she's opening. But luckily, my wife's cousin shows up with his phone and said, hey, we can get him on our phones. I was like, duh, I'm a moron. So we ended up watching the game on our phones, but we couldn't see shit. And this is like after I missed almost the entire first quarter. So I need you to start it off and sort of walk me through this first quarter because right away I see that we marched right down the field, put points on the board, and I'm thinking, oh, what are they doing? Are they doing something different here? What's going on?
They were, and the scripted offense was pretty cool. There was a lot of misdirection. Chubb Hunt in the backfield seemed to be a little bit confusing for the Bills. Browns start on their own 25, and immediately Baker's like, all right, I'm pulling the trigger to Beckham and just flings it deep.
Right off the bat.
One-on-one. Yep. First play in the game, we're going deep to OBJ.
Was he open?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, not really.
Oh, okay.
Tre'Davious White did a good job on OBJ pretty much all day.
Yeah, he's one of the best corners in the league, Tre'Davious White. Now, was it single coverage? We got single coverage on that one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay. I think that's why. I think that was Baker just like, and I think the Browns force-fed the ball to Beckham kind of all day. I think that was a theme. 12
targets, 5 receptions, 57 yards. Now, Landry had obviously the more efficient day, 10 targets, 9 receptions, 97 yards and a touchdown. But yeah, I felt like the same thing. Odell looked like he dropped one to me.
Yep.
In the first quarter, and then or was that second? And then the one other deep ball that they threw to him, he got his one hand. I mean, I thought that was a really pretty solid pass. Odell wasn't really able to run it down there.
One step here or there. You know what I mean? Like that's a good toss. Yeah.
So right off the bat, deep to Odell, no good. And then how does Nick Chubb come back with 21 yards? What's that play?
It was a little maybe a toss or maybe a handoff to the left with Hunt throwing a nice block out front. I mean, Chubb had open lanes all day. When he wasn't negative, he's hitting those positive gains that you want. There wasn't like a lot of 1 yard, 2 yard runs. It was either like 8, 9, 10 or -4.
Yeah.
We had a ton of negative plays today, which is weird because Chubb still averages out at a 5.8 on 20 carries, 116 yards.
I feel like we always have a lot of negative plays though.
Dude, like he does not get tackled on the first guy cannot tackle Chubb.
Or
if there's not
Hunt.
Two dudes there, forget about it. Yeah.
Or Hunt. I'm telling you, and wait till we see. I know he only has 4 carries a day, but also the 7 receptions. Like, just wait. The two of these guys are just such a load to bring down, and that's why they're considered 2 of the best running backs in the entire league, is because they can make people miss. They can run through people and still maintain balance.
Yeah, and how fun to have them in the same backfield so you can kind of play off of each other. I mean, multiple times they're in shotgun with Chubb on one side, Hunt on the other. Mayfield will audible. Hunt would then go out, or maybe not even an audible, just motion, and then Hunt would go out, split out. There was a lot of different things they can do here, where it's different when it's Chubb and Hilliard.
Right. I still
because Hunt is now a weapon.
I still feel like there's just that one piece, that tight end, that they're really missing Njoku to be like in the middle of the field, big target, especially in the red zone. But I feel like that is still missing. That's the one piece. You have your outside pieces. Now you need You're one, especially with these two now that you got Hunt and Chubb and the way you used them today, which I thought was a good job by Freddie finding a way to get both on the field at the same time. And kudos again to Kareem Hunt for doing the dirty work today that he's never really had to do, or he was never asked to do. Tony Grossi probably with a huge boner right now, the fact that we have a fullback named Kareem Hunt. He loves the fact that there's some fullback play happening. But you're still missing that middle of the field tight end, that big body guy. And I feel like when you get Njoku back, we'll finally start really to see what this offense is. We're slightly limited still by the offensive line. There's just no way around that.
Right.
But we have yet to have everybody 100%, and we're getting there.
Yeah. Kind of kudos to Harris for 2 catches, 2 targets, 28 yards, both for first downs, I believe. Yeah, so like 2 big catches when it matters, you know. Oh, actually, one was on 4th down. He went 4th and 1 on that second drive. He caught a pass for 16, and then in the second half, I believe, he caught another big play. So, you know, timely plays sometimes are bigger than just stat-stuffing plays. So
that one was 3rd down and 10 was his first one, their second drive. It was 3rd and 10. He caught the 12-yard pass. I still didn't have the game.
Yep,
here.
You're right.
I pulled it up. I think this is when I did the 4th and 2 where he caught 16 yards.
Yep. Those are his only 2 catches and his only 2 targets. Both positive. On both, you need a big play there, and he came through. But we have no other tight end receptions. So
yeah, well,
obviously, like you're saying, yeah.
Seals Jones was out today.
Right.
With the injury. I'm trying to think who else. Kendall Lamb was still out. And then obviously Olivia Vernon was out. But do you want to go through the game? Do you want to do that? I know Chad Thomas had a sack. I mean, a guy ran into him, but sack's a sack, I guess.
So Myles Garrett, forced the sack.
Oh, that's how is that not a fumble? Oh my God, that one.
Oh, well, that was a different play. But even the Chad Thomas sack, Myles Garrett should get credit for.
Myles Garrett was eating that left tackle's lunch in that second half. I mean, over and over and over and over again. I'm like, this is, whew. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that man has a family, and you're doing this to him on national television, Miles. How dare you?
After the Chubb 21-yard run, we're down already into Buffalo territory. Landry goes for 12. They set up a Hunt screen for 7. 2nd and 3, and here was one of the plays I really liked. They run Landry from the right side of the formation to the left side, roll Mayfield to the left side, and he's got a little, just an easy little pitch and catch on just moving Landry, rolling Mayfield out 17 yards, first down to the Buffalo 17.
So I have not seen this play, but it's on NFL.com right now. Under you can actually play it, and so they run play action. Baker rolls out. This is an interesting thing. Play action from under center. Roll Baker. This is a play we haven't seen all year, but every other team runs like 3 times a game.
Yeah, and how many times have we talked about this is the shit we need to be doing? Move Mayfield.
So simple.
Get people moving. We talked about it 1,000 times. Next play, first and 10 from the Buffalo 17. Mayfield throws a tight window. I mean, this is a tight window. Landry makes a great catch over one of the corners and then talks shit and takes a penalty, and we miss the ensuing extra point. But you know what? Who cares?
Well,
talk your shit.
Levi Wallace. Yeah, talk your shit. Levi Wallace, I'm watching it right now. So, yeah, I mean, one-on-one coverage. He makes the play. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, you got to have faith in your wide receiver, right? So you got one-on-one. Yep. Throw the ball up, let your guy make a play. And, I mean, this is mild. Like, this is half the time this gets called this taunting, half the time it doesn't. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, but you call it. But the only problem is when you miss this thing and you actually have a chance to lose this game because of that 1 point. If Bills make that and that field goal at the end, and then you go in overtime, you lose it because of that. Like that's the kind of stuff that Freddie's got to be like, look, man. Like I get,
especially on a 2-6 team.
On a 2-6 team, it's like we can't continue to shoot ourselves in the foot. You have to maintain, your composure, and we just can't have that. So I get it. You got to be pumped up. I don't think actually. I think there's times where this team actually needs to show more emotion, but to each other, right? When you make a good play, we need to be smacking each other on the ass, smacking each other on the helmet. Great job, getting in each other's face, especially on the defense. I don't see enough. It's like guys make a nice play on defense, and then they're lucky if one guy's even there to like, high five them.
Right.
There's just not much emotion. And if I was Freddie and if I was Steve Wilkes, I would be really pushing that. Like, man, we need to be more of a unit as being happy for one another. Let's
especially on defense, because you can be like super aggressive and physical. Well, I mean the ensuing kickoff, Tay Davis, dude, lights up the dude, boom, and I thought the team they were fired up. Big special teams hit.
The guy
everybody loves that. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Did we just pick them up?
Yeah, because I did see. This is where I didn't have it. This is where I'm having to have you watch. I had no video at the time.
Yeah, huge hit.
Okay.
So they started on their own 19. Next play, Ward covering.
Foster.
What's he covering? Was it Foster?
That's what it says.
Okay, yeah. And they sort of got their legs tangled up. It wasn't a bad DPI. It was, I mean, like even really, really good coverage, and they just got tangled up. He got called for the DPI. Ward played exceptional all day, I thought.
Yeah.
I thought. Now you're going to go back and watch it again, but dude, he was jumping routes. He's got his hands in the way. I thought he played great. I mean, he's a great coverage cornerback.
That's still a second-year guy, so you're going to have an improvement out of him too as you go. That's the thing about corner, man. Like from any given week, you can look shitty in 1 week just based upon. Sometimes things that are even out of your control. Like we want to blame a corner a lot of the times. Like you go, oh, well, that's his guy. He should have been covering it, but he doesn't have like a safety help over the top when he's supposed to, or they're having him play a deep third, and then the guy gets a 15-yard like comeback route on the outside, and it should have been the hook guy, the linebacker that was dropping deep and that sort of thing. And you go, well, that's because bad play from the cornerback, and there's just so much. It's so hard on defense because as much as it is an individual thing, it's also so much of a team thing. Coverage, especially in zone coverage.
Ward took a bad beat. Job. Yeah, I mean Ward last week on Sutton, the touchdown pass. Could Ward cover any better?
No, but you know what? Steve Wilkes said the exact same thing that we talked about when they asked him about it. He goes, "Well, he's in good position. The problem is." Ward has to come back to the ball, not fade with it. You have to come back to the quarterback, not keep going. Like, you're not the receiver there. You have to, even if you're not going to intercept it, which he should have had a really good shot at intercepting that, you got to get your hand on and make sure that the guy doesn't catch it. So as good a position as it was, it's close enough. Doesn't count in the NFL.
Yeah, sometimes it's just you take a bad beat, and he kind of took a bad beat on that DPI. Browns forced a 3rd and 4. There was something that happened on the 3rd and 4. Anyway, they incomplete pass, 4th and 4.
Dawson Knox is who it was. I mean, I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, they elected to go for it, and we got the turnover on downs.
Okay, incomplete to John Brown. What happened there? Just bad throw?
Josh Allen, 22 of 41. He's not an accurate passer, as we have always said, but he's got a cannon. It's just... If he could learn to sort of place the ball a little better, he could be a really good quarterback. And I mean, Buffalo's 6-3. Mm-hmm. He's doing what he needs to do to sort of get this team to be, an average 8-8 team. It's just you play in a tough division. You just can't be average in the AFC East.
But to me, he's so. What's the Jaguars' old quarterback? He's so Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's bad throws that you should have never made, and then fumbles. The guy fumbled. Like they got lucky not to lose 2 fumbles today by him.
No doubt.
And he fumbles every week. Every single week. I told you coming into the game. I said Miles is going to get his hand on one of these balls. It should have been a fumble at least, and I'll go back and watch it. But God forbid that one. I mean, if anything, they say, well, he's throwing the ball. If anything, he threw it backwards. Didn't go forward.
I know that one was ridiculous. And they're so confident about the call.
That's the whistle
shit
that
pisses me off.
Let the Browns at least recover the ball and then whistle it.
Yeah. Browns take over on their own 39. immediately go for a negative play.
Yeah, that's Chubb -2. Lawson,
on a toss.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ran a toss. Got blown up on the left side. Hunt screen for 1. Now you got a big 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, and this is Harris's first catch that got the first down.
What was the route that he run? Do you remember? Because this is, like I said, this is where I was not watching. Is this middle of the field?
Yeah, I was middle of the field on this one. Yeah. Buffalo 49, Chubb for 9. 2nd and 1, you went incomplete. I don't remember what happened on second down. 3rd and 1
is what it says.
Okay. Then incomplete to OBJ. I think he went deep on 3rd and 1. And then 4th and 1, Harris got open on a out pattern and then kind of scampered down the sideline for some extra yardage. Really, this second drive was sort of kind of had a Browns a Browns stamp on it, I guess. Yeah, Buffalo 25-yard line. Chubb goes for 24. Awesome block by Hunt out front. Chubb almost willed himself into the end zone, which would have stopped us from this next disaster of a series. But he doesn't get in. He's down to the 1, maybe 1.5. And then the Browns go on a ridiculous streak of plays.
I mean, I knew this was going to happen, especially since I played Nick Chubb and FanDuel. Never fails. You get to the 1-yard line. Should be easy touchdown for Chubb, and it just does not work out.
They just couldn't get any push. The first down, they run OBJ sort of runs a fake in and then takes off towards the sideline, and Poyer just grabs him. Like, he knows his beat and just literally tackles him. But that's a
3rd and goal.
No, that's first down. He got held.
Oh, okay. Then 3 plays later, he gets held again.
Then 3 plays later, same play gets held.
Okay.
Yeah. So they run Chubb on first down after the holding. He goes backwards. Here's the thing I didn't like. Like, they didn't just hand the ball off going forward. And also, Hunt is not in on any of these plays. It's all single back.
Oh.
And Mayfield's like doing tosses. It's all like tosses. There's no like straight handoff. They did one dive that didn't go anywhere though. But it was just a weird series of plays.
I'm not even sure anymore if it's not even the play, right? It doesn't even matter. It's just like the team
execution.
They can't like fight their way through like a wet paper bag when it comes down to, like, they're just so bad in the red zone. It's like whatever they do, the defense could do anything and they can run any play and it's just going to fail. Just because.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just like, you're the Browns. You're in the red zone. What do you expect? Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing's going to happen.
It just kind of felt like Twitter fans called the plays. Like, all right, we're going to throw it to OBJ 3 times and we're going to run Chubb 5 times. And if those don't work, we don't know what else to fucking do. And they ran a stupid fade route. You gotta throw the fade in there. The worst play in the NFL. To OBJ, that didn't go. I mean, he did get held on 3rd down, but
I don't mind it to Njoku, but he's 6'5", high jumper. Okay, high.
I still don't.
7-foot high jumper in high school. All right, go ahead, throw one up to him.
Yeah, so 4th and goal, they go for it. Freddie's like, well, we're up. It's 6-0 Browns. Let's go for it. Which I agree. But
this is where I finally got to start tuning in right around this area. So yes, I was like, go for it. I would go for it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Because if you give it back,
except you've been stopped 7 times.
That's fine. I don't care. Go for it, because you know what? Like, any good team would score a touchdown here. So you need to show it. Are you a good team or not? All right, you're not. Yeah. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, it's kind of It didn't really affect the Browns. Bills go 3 and out on their next drive from their own 3, but. Yeah, there was starting to be some panic on social media. The fans at the game were getting a little bit anxious, And then out of his own end zone, the kid from Buffalo just bangs this huge punt that Hilliard tries to catch over his head and fumbles it. Could have been a fucking disaster. We take over on our own 27 and go 3 and out.
Subsequently go 3 and out. Yep.
Nothing good there. Then Buffalo put together a little drive at the beginning. This is the beginning of the second quarter. Mm-hmm. They started their own 24. Are you and now you're with us?
Yep. I was watching here.
Okay.
But I'll be on a phone, and there's 50 people around me screaming. with no sound. So I I watched as well as I could.
Yeah.
And then everybody's giving me commentary, of course, too.
Yeah, they drove down. Josh Allen from the 9-yard line just ran a quarterback draw. Browns were in man defense. Everybody had their back to the ball, and Allen pretty much walked in.
Yeah, and I figured that was going to happen. The way the Browns give those up all the time, I feel like, to opposing quarterbacks. And at some point, maybe you just can't run that defense when you're in the red zone there because that's what he's going to like to do, where you can't run the man defense and have your linebackers with your back facing the quarterback.
Yeah, or have a spy or something. I mean, I felt like the secondary is better with Randall back there. Welcome back to the lineup, for fuck's sake.
You could have anybody in the world back there not named Jermaine Whitehead, and your team's going to be better. Trust me.
Yeah.
The guy was a cancer on the team. Not only to the fans, he's a cancer to the defensive scheme as a whole. I hope he's listening. I'm packing, bro.
I'm sure. Yeah, right. So it was 7-6. They made the extra point, and then the Browns put together a nice little drive. We're going to go right down into the red zone again. What happened here?
Baker, 16 yards to Odell on 3rd and 4.
On 3rd and 4. Oh, that was a big play. Mm-hmm. Yep. Then Chubb for 16. Landry for 11. Chubb for 11. I mean, we got some chunk plays here. Yep. Landry wide receiver screen for 6. Hand the ball to Hunt for 9. Now you're down at the Buffalo 3. And that's when trouble comes.
We're too close to scoring. We suck here. It's like we either score from 65 or 30. But once you get inside that 10-yard line, good luck. Because you cannot, for whatever reason, when it's compact in there, they just cannot do anything right.
Oh, this first down play was about 5:30 to go in the second half. It's 1st and goal from about the 3. There's a stacked box. Landry and Hodge are on the left side. Mayfield sees something. I believe it's an audible, correct? I'm not,
couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and watch.
Pretty sure Mayfield audibled. Landry was expecting a rub and did not get it from Hodge.
Yeah, and the guy really almost intercepted that. Did he not? The guy was right on him, and Landry makes a good effort just making the catch.
Yeah, and Landry just blows up Hodge after that play. He was not happy with the effort there. Chubb toss for 0. 3rd and goal was incomplete. Freddie's like, fuck it, we're going for it.
Chubb lost 2, by the way.
Oh, he lost 2.
Yeah,
okay.
He lost 2 on that pitch.
So another negative play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Freddie's like going to go for it on 4th and goal, and then Hubbard jumps kind of mercifully, I thought.
Yeah, Chris Hubbard saved him.
Yeah.
I got to save Freddie from his own aggressiveness.
Yeah, I thought that, take the points there. I'm not sure why. I know Freddie wants to be aggressive, and I appreciate it, but you're at the 3 or 4, maybe 4.5, right? It wasn't that close.
Yeah, I mean, you got him. The only thing is where I don't mind going for basically all of those is that you still have Buffalo pinned, and it's so hard to get from out of your end zone when you don't have the room back here. I like the aggressiveness. I mean, once you get the penalty, you obviously have to, you have to kick it there. But I mean, from the 3-yard line, it's essentially like it's
2-point conversion.
Yeah, then a 2-point conversion, and you make those at 48%. So you should have faith in your team. If you missed the exact same play before, you would think the odds are with you. Right? The gambler's fallacy there.
Gambler's fallacy. Seibert knocks it through. He's like 15 of 15 on the year with his 2 field goals today. 9-7 Browns. Let's see. What do you got here for the Bills? Take over on their own 26. 3rd and 3. Beasley just eats Carey's lunch on that one. TJ Carey. Oh my God. What's he doing?
What's new?
Yeah.
So big first down there from 3rd and 2. That gets him out all the way down to the Cleveland 40.
Yep. And this is the Garrett strip sack, or maybe not.
Yeah, and we didn't really pay for this because they end up missing the field goal at the end of this drive. But one, we would have got back the ball with way more time, with time to actually try to score ourselves. 1,
true.
Okay, and then 2, they don't even get to attempt the goddamn field goal. So
So
it really could have been a big swing had they actually made the field goal there, because I don't know. We'll go back and rewatch this. This would have been challenged by the officials anyways, right?
inside 2 minutes. Yeah, but I don't even know if they looked at it.
It was close. I just don't know how that ball's how that's being thrown. What do you do? Throw it sideways? If anything, it went sideways. It was a lateral.
Yeah, I don't know. This game, this league is so hard to officiate that the whole thing's almost silly and none of it makes any sense. But apparently, if it was a fumble, it's inside 2 minutes, so they can't advance it. But if it's not inside 2 minutes, we have completely different rules because the sport's not already difficult enough. Josh Allen will fumble forward later in the game. That's okay. But apparently, if this one was fumbled forward because it was inside of 2 minutes of the half, it would have came back to the spot and Garrett would have been credited with a sack. Nobody knows the rules of the games, including the officials. The game is so hard to officiate. It's so fucked up. Nobody knows what's going on. But they confidently call it incomplete. Confidently just blowing the whistles, incomplete, no problem. Yeah. They're gonna call Frank Gore later in the game, confidently gonna call him in the end zone. It's not even fucking close.
I won't say anything.
But they're so confident. They're gonna charge Baker with a fumble on the forward pass when it's obviously a forward pass. They call it a fumble. Confidently call it a fumble.
That was so.
That's why I understand. Yeah, they just yeah.
The one with Allen
irritates the fuck out of me.
To even attempt to blow that whistle because it's so goddamn. It's so close. There's no way you can confidently blow the whistle. But you're right. He confidently comes in there like, "Oh no, I've seen a forward pass, and that's what it looks like."
The officials that are on standby, if someone gets hurt, they ran in to call it incomplete. Like the crew was so certain it was incomplete, but they didn't get any calls. You know what I mean? Like, I get it with pass interference and shit. It's subjective, but my God, it's just the game is so difficult to officiate.
Yeah. So that not only, again, I just want to emphasize this, that it could have been points for them. Luckily, the guy misses the 34-yard field goal. Okay. Hauschka misses the 30, he yanks it. Could have been points for them that they didn't give up, but it also could have been points for us if that's ruled a fumble and we're going back the other way. So this could have been.
Ball don't lie.
Yeah.
If anyone remembers that from the old Wallace days. What was his name?
I don't recall.
From the Pistons.
Rasheed
Wallace.
Rasheed,
Ball don't lie. If you missed the free throw, it wasn't a foul. So Browns going up 9-7.5, right? After some ridiculously let's run some plays with 17 seconds to go on our own 24.
Let's just skip the stupidity. That one made zero sense. I was going, here they go. Well, again, it's sort of meaning. But if they don't run the plays, is Tony Grossi angry?
The only thing you can do, I mean, even if you get 50 yards, you're out of time. And if you don't get 50 yards, the only thing you can do is turn the ball over in your own territory and give them a chance to kick a field goal, right?
Pretty silly. Yeah. It seems silly. There's no just kneel it down. Get out of there.
Yeah. Buffalo takes the ball in the second half. And they get to about midfield and got a punt after a sack by Chad Thomas that probably belongs to Garrett.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Actually, here. They have the play right here on NFL.com. So I'll watch it real quick and one more time just to make a accurate statement. But yeah, definitely look like. So here we go. I know this is riveting audio for everybody at home.
Yeah, we need a video portion to this.
Yeah, it's loading. Sorry.
Okay.
So Miles gets deep. Yep. Chad Thomas, not terrible. He gets a little bit of a push there. It's not terrible.
Yeah, no, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see here one more time because it kind of skipped on me. But Miles gets a. Yeah, well, Josh Allen gives it to him. So, I mean, Chad Thomas gets a little push, but Josh Allen has a clean pocket and then tries to run right out of it and runs right into the sack. So Miles is actually a little deep and probably he's trying to run the what do you call that? Where you get around the corner He's not going to make it if Allen just steps up. He's got a clean pocket, but instead he bails right and runs into Chad Thomas. So credit Josh Allen on the sack.
Yeah, well, Chad Thomas, 2 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss.
Yeah. We'll see how he grades out. Like I said, I missed it at the beginning. There's times where I question if anybody's actually ever showed him what a pass rush move is. He just sort of throws his body at a guy. Like, I'm like, what is that? I've never seen some of these things. Like, I've just never seen. You don't see that. Like, that's not a pass. Like, how long have you been rushing a passer and you've yet to acquire one move? It's interesting.
Yeah. They did punt.
They punt.
Yeah. At least Chad Thomas did something for Vernon,
Yeah. Yeah, we take over at the 8-yard line, and, first down and 10.
Oh, God.
We'll have 3 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and we'll spread everybody out. We'll go, let's go empty. First down and 10, empty. Why? And you said it for a number of reasons here. Mayfield needs to get this ball out, and they left a guy unblocked on the right side. Somebody's because they look like they moved protection left, and he ends up getting sacked for a safety. Should not happen. But again, I feel like you're putting your quarterback in a position where he is set up to fail because he's yet to really succeed from this position.
Yeah, we've done really nothing out of an empty backfield, have we, all year?
They completed that pass later in the game on 3rd down for a first down.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand. On first down, okay, on first down, it's not like you're 3rd and 9 and you have, and even then I think it's kind of a dumb idea because so quick, you have to get the ball out quick. Like, you really don't have another choice. Like, they're going to bring pressure when you do that. So it just forces you to get the ball out quick. It's first down and 10. Let's give the appearance that we can run the ball, and then we'll play off of that. Now, you're just taking away. There's only 2 things you can do, right? You either run or you pass. And if you just go, well, we're taking one of them completely off the table here, what do you think we're doing?
Yeah, it's too predictable, I guess.
I don't know, just punt it or something from that. Like, we're going to do something different. We're going to punt it on 1st and 10 on the just switch it up. Gotcha. Fooled you. You didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, luckily after the safety, I think they went 3-0. They got a first down?
Well, they had
first and 25.
Yeah, I was going to say, it didn't help because they had the penalty when Smith had the false start, and then there was a offensive holding on Cody Ford. Did you see Lee Smith later in the game with the hold, started smashing his helmet? That was almost like the Manziel smashing his head up against the, the tablet the one year? Yeah. Lee Smith went off, started having you could see the rage in his eyes. I was like,
he was not happy with his performance.
I'd just move down to the other side of the bench if I was on that team. Quietly walk. I'll just hang out down here away from the maniac.
Yeah.
So they ended up picking 22 yards and got to 3rd down and 3, and that was incomplete to Cole Beasley. And then they punted. Fair catch by Hilliard. The Browns started from the 15-yard line.
Yeah, our own 15. Okay. Yeah, they jumped off sides. We had a 2nd and 2, OBJ for 10, and then a nice Hunt swing pass, and Higgins blocking downfield like a baller. Love to see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they probably Kadarius Hodge was tired. They had to get him out and get Higgins some snaps. It's so ridiculous that he's not in there the whole time.
I know, right?
This is so stupid. Ugh.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, kind of nonsense. We work our way into a 3rd and 9, OBJ for 15, another big play down to the Buffalo 32, and we just stalled there.
That was just like a little out pattern, and they gave it. Those are the ones where we get really pissed off when the Browns just give it to you. Like, White was playing 10 yards off, and he just runs a little out and then gets upfield for a couple extra. And, okay, well, if you want to gift us 10 yards, we appreciate it.
Yeah, it was kind of a freebie.
And then we stalled out after that. 3rd down and 6 from the Buffalo 29. It was incomplete to Landry. I think somebody got a hand on it, I believe, right? Edmonds, maybe. Batted pass. And then it was...
Yep, Edmonds batted the ball.
Yeah, and then we kicked the field goal, which was 47 yards by Austin Seibert, and that made it... What was the score there at that time?
12-9 Browns. 12-9. So let me go back to the defense after the Cleveland field goal. Oh, this is an interesting series, too. Beasley swing pass for 6, Brown for 12. Then we get incomplete. TJ Carey's beat so bad on 2nd down.
Yeah.
Josh Allen throws it about 45 yards too deep. But roughing on Ogunjobi, which, I don't know. Did you see the play?
Well, his helmet.
He kind of ran into him.
Yeah, he ran into him. He did. He ran into him. There's the fatal flaw. The quarterback's helmet moved. If I was a quarterback, I would get my helmet would always be one size too big.
Yeah, super loose.
Super loose, and if it ever there's any rattling, it's an instant flag. Like you can draw flag after flag. If his helmet rattled, did you see that? The helmet moved. Must have been touched by a pinky, or a fly might have landed on him. You don't know, but all we know is we got to protect that guy. God damn it! We're gonna take the entire game, all the goodwill that the fans have built up and made them love this game. We're going to take all that shit and just throw it out the window because we got to protect this one asshole back here that we think without him, we can't even play this game. We can't. The game doesn't even exist if we don't have this one guy on the field at all times healthy. So stupid. F you, NFL. God, I love you, but it's a real love-hate fucking relationship here.
Yeah, no doubt. So they're down to Cleveland 42 after the bailout, and then 3rd and 5, Allen scampers for a first down, gets blasted. Right? Is that the one where he gets blasted by Mac, or is that a different
Mac
one?
Smoked him, man.
You know what? I think this is a different one though.
No, is that where Mac smoked him? But I thought that one got called back.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Nope. It was in the first half. After the Garrett sack that was a strip sack that didn't count, Allen scrambled on 3rd and 3 for 1, and Mac just blew him up. But they got an offensive holding on that one.
Mm-hmm.
This one was I think Greedy pushed him out of bounds, and everyone kind of thought he might get a roughing there. It ended up being a holding on TJ Carey, of course, and then offset penalties, a holding on the offense. So it became 3rd and 5 again. Nice play, I think, by Schobert to hold Singletary short of the first down.
Singletary is one of these guys in the Kareem Hunt Chubb form where that breaks a lot of tackles. Now I know he's a rookie this year, and you haven't really seen a lot of this guy, but if you go back to his college days, this is what he was known for, making people miss and beating that first defender and getting yardage. So for Schobert there to make a sure tackle, that's a really good job on a guy that can be super slippery.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they go 4th down and 4.
4th and 4, they turn the ball over, yeah.
Throw to John Brown, incomplete. Mac Wilson credited with the coverage.
Yeah, Browns go quick 3 and out. Kind of, beginning of the fourth quarter, they took over at the beginning of the fourth quarter. It's like, 3 seconds to go in the third quarter, 4th and 4. The Bills are trying to pull the Browns off sides, and Freddie calls a timeout. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Didn't need that.
Yeah, no, I mean, Freddie just seems like he's just so confused sometimes. Well, whatever. He's first-year head coach, so you got to play through it, right?
I mean, we are. We're playing through it, 3 and 6, playing right through it.
Well, Browns quick 3 and out. Anything there?
Nope.
Buffalo takes over on their own 15. Gore for 3. Brown catches a pass for 16. And then they go up from their own 35. They just do one series. Ward with good coverage on 3rd and 6. Ward, like I said, Ward is just getting his hands in places,
And that's one thing that's been lacking. Like we just haven't got a lot of pass breakups this year.
Right.
Where you're defending passes, where it's not the quarterback's still making a nice throw, but our coverage is so good we're there to bat the ball out of the way. I feel like too often we're giving up way too much room. And that's something that's got to improve. But I'm not saying these corners. That's the difference. I think you saw that even with Greedy, where he almost had an interception that was late in the game. Same thing.
Oh, yeah.
These guys the coverage is just so much better than when you're having to put like TJ Carey on the outside.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Browns take over on their own 15. Quick first down to Landry. Chubb for 6. Just it's a play that, and it's not going to go down for much. They're from their own 26. He should be stopped probably on the line of scrimmage, maybe 1, maybe a half-yard gain, somehow gets 6 to make it 2nd and 4. The Browns can't convert. Mayfield gets sacked on 3rd and 4, but it was one of those plays where, like, at the end of the game, you go back and you go, oh, if we convert that first down because it's 3rd and 4 instead of 3rd and 9, Chubb just doesn't get enough credit, for being elusive and breaking those tackles.
Yeah, it's huge.
I circled it because I was really excited about that play, and then it didn't really turn into anything.
Completely meaningless.
Yep.
So we punt, and then they started from the Cleveland.
They had a good return, yeah.
Real good return. Cleveland 48-yard line. 22 yards on the return. Not a great punt either. Well, it was 46 yards. It didn't seem that long. I guess maybe just didn't have a ton of hang time on it.
Yeah, Beasley for 26 in there somewhere.
First play was Dawson Knox against Morgan Burnett, if you recall. And we talked about it. Like, I'll take Morgan Burnett every single day of the week over Whitehead, but he's just not the kind of guy that is going to be a good coverage guy, and he gives up. This is one of those cases where you're just giving all kinds of room, and he's playing outside leverage. If you look back at it, he's on the outside of the tight end. So really, it's so easy. It's such an easy read for the quarterback. He's playing the outside leverage. You're going to have that easy inside throw, but Morgan Burnett's got to be right on him instantly, and then you give up the run after catch. That's what kills you. Like, all right, you give up 8 yards. It sucks. But you have to be able to jump on the guy's back immediately, and you're not anywhere near him.
So they're down to Cleveland 38 or something?
Cleveland 48 there, and then we had a 10-yard penalty.
Oh, 48.
That was they had a 10-yard penalty. That's where Ogunjobi was held by Lee Smith. He went over to the sidelines and abused his helmet. And then that's when you come back with the deep pass to Cole Beasley. For 26 yards to the Cleveland 37.
Yeah, down to Cleveland
37.
Yard line. No, that put him down to Cleveland 11.
Yes, I apologize. Yeah. Yes, to the Cleveland. Yeah. They were on the Cleveland 37.
Yeah, so 3rd and 9, Allen should be sacked. He breaks the pocket, runs. The defense strips the ball from him, and then somehow he fumbles forward from the 6-yard line. It's gathered up by an offensive lineman on the 1, and somehow that's okay. I don't understand.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying. Why does it work sometimes? But you would never. So think about this. Like, if your team is losing and you have no timeouts, you're going to try to fumble it forward on purpose. The reason why you do that after 2 minutes is because they go, well, you would be doing it on purpose. That you'd never try to fumble it forward in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Because a fumble, you're screwed here. You're gonna lose 3 points.
So the defense should be like, don't let him fumble, just tackle him.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just saying, like, you wouldn't. The whole thing is just so people aren't fumbling on purpose forward. Because if you, like I said, if you need 8 yards, all right, and you get 6 yards and it's under 2 minutes, you're just gonna throw your ball forward and then hope your team wins on it. And then they go, well, you can't advance your fumble. Well, why would you? Of course you would do that. Right? Because you don't have another choice. But in this case, there's no reason you wouldn't do that on purpose. So it's just you're just trying to get rid of the fact that somebody would take advantage of that rule late in the game. I guess, hey, if you want, you could allow that and it could just be complete mayhem at the end of the games. Everybody would be.
No, I think the ball should come back where the quarterback, where he dropped the ball.
I guess it doesn't really matter, but yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. Why does it matter sometimes and not other? But I think that's the thought behind the rule, is that if you do it late, the reason why you can't do it late is because then people would try to play the rule.
Right, but if there was 2:01 on the clock, it's okay. But if there's 1:59 on the clock, it's not okay.
Yeah, yeah. So look,
it's just you can't have different rules. The game is so difficult already.
Yeah, but I mean,
just don't change the rule.
It's a well-known rule by the officials. Like it doesn't make it harder for them to call it. But yeah, it's silly.
Yeah. It's a well-known rule that you got to get the ball over the end zone, or you got to get the ball over the goal line. The next play, Gore runs it, doesn't get over the goal line, but they call it a touchdown. That's a well-known rule too.
But
wasn't even close.
What do you want me to say? Yeah.
Allen scores on the next play anyway to make it 16-12. Cleveland's going to lose. Everybody is fucking pissed.
Yep. Another Sunday ruined. Another
5:20 to go.
Us drive the ball down? Pfft, give me
Forget about it.
Not us.
Not us.
We can't do that. First down from the Cleveland 18. 1 yard.
Not a bad screen pass, right?
It was a bad. It was like there was nothing there that was going to work from the beginning. Like nobody was even blitzing.
Yeah.
Second down,
OBJ
9.
Yep.
OBJ 13. That was a nice little play. And then let's skip ahead to second down and 7. Here's where Mayfield does a little shovel pass forward to Kareem Hunt, and they rule a fumble. Okay.
Is that the same play that we fumbled against, or that was picked off by New England? It's pretty close.
Well, I want to go back and watch it. It is close because the difference was, remember, we had a guy coming one way in that game. We had a guy going the opposite way, and then another one coming back. So that's
right.
But it looked like the tackle pulled, right? I don't know. I have to go back and watch it because I was thinking the same thing. It was close, but definitely there's better spacing. But if you went on right after that fumble and return for a touchdown, Twitter was hilarious.
Oh, really?
It was as if people died, and then they were like, "I hope it's Freddie Kitchen." This is what they're like. Let's get Freddie, and he's done. We're hanging him. Let's go, everybody.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. Everybody had their pitchforks. They're ready. They were done with Freddie after that. And I'm like, well, this is clearly an incomplete pass. Like everybody's just settled down.
Yeah, well, not clearly to the officials who called it a touchdown. Again. I mean, the game's really easy to officiate if you don't know what's going on. So, I mean, if you just let Twitter officiate. But anyways, 3rd and 7, Hunt gets open.
Yeah, nice little play.
For a 9. Nice to have him back.
Yeah, he actually catches the ball well, and he sort of, does a little bit of things that you can do with that third down back. Now, I don't think he's your traditional third down back, but he looked pretty good, and he's hungry. He's definitely hungry because he knows that he there was a chance there that he might not even be back playing NFL football. So I think he's going to be putting it 110% into it here, and it showed today just by everything that he did, catching the ball, running the ball, blocking. I mean, everything, complete football game played by him today. He did it all.
Yeah. Well, right after he catches the 3rd and 7 pass for a first down, Browns from their own 43, 3:30 to go. Chubb goes for 21. Mr. Kareem Hunt with throwing a block there that might have opened that one up.
Why not? Continue being your man. Being a good football player there, Kareem. Good job.
Yeah, Browns have trouble getting the play in. Clock runs down to 2:23. Browns call timeout. OBJ for 4 on the ensuing play. 2nd and 6. It runs down to the 2-minute warning.
Yep, 2-minute warning. Not a big deal. You still had a timeout left, and really, it would have. You didn't really want to call that timeout before. You would like to have that extra timeout, but I mean, you get the play in late like that. There's nothing you can do. You don't want to run a shit play, and not like the 4 yards is like a great play or anything. But last thing you want to do is be hurrying and take a sack or take a big loss.
Minus 4 yards. Yeah. Anything. Yeah. Nothing negative. So.
Yep.
That 2nd and 6 play out of the 2-minute warning. Landry, what a fucking catch this is. Yeah. He's looking inside.
Why would he be
spins around outside? I don't know either.
That's what I was saying. I go, why?
Is he flaring it up?
Yeah, he did it on purpose. He's like, oh, check this out. But it doesn't make sense because of the way that you're running this. Like, I'm pulling it up on NFL right now. Like, the way you run this, like, to be looking on the inside, Baker should throw to your outside because the defender's on the inside. Why would you? I don't know. Like, this is sort of like the attention to detail things here. Mm-hmm. Like, this should be an outside throw no matter what. There's no way this should be going to the inside. And then he did kind of make it a little bit tougher. But fantastic job catching this because the defender's right there, draped on him.
Yeah, 24 yards.
Throw. Baker did have that one throw earlier in the game where it's like he kind of lobbed it up to OBJ and almost got picked off. And that one,
bad decision.
Well, is it a bad decision? That's where you go, all right, I wish I knew exactly what the route was there because Baker's not throwing what OBJ was running there, it seemed like.
Oh, okay. I got you. So, maybe there's a miscommunication on the route.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But this one,
Yeah.
this one.
Were you nervous after the? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say this throw was sort of like that one that he threw to OBJ. This ball, it's
Yeah, little touch pass.
little touch pass, yeah, to the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, so Browns first and goal from the 8, and they give it to Chubb for 0, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
God damn it. Inside the 10? Oh, well, we're screwed. Too bad we didn't have that extra point that we need, because now we're down by 4. And then, yeah.
Yeah, you need 6, so who you going to?
Probably a little Hollywood. I go Hollywood. That's what I would do.
Who? Who's
I'd
that?
go Hollywood Higgins. I go this guy. He used to be on the team, but we haven't let him play for 8 weeks. Oh, yeah. Let's get this guy back on the field. Wait, Kadarius Hodge had to go out. He must have pulled a hammy the play before.
Oh.
He's unhit. He's like, get it. They're like, God damn it, we got to put Higgins in. Higgins, get in there. Come on, Hodge. Quit being a pussy. You're letting down the team. And then Higgins makes the huge catch. I mean, he didn't really have to do much. Terrible defense. He's wide open, or maybe it's just an unbelievable Hollywood Higgins route. I don't know. It looked like terrible defense.
Higgins, after the game, said he juked the defender out of his shoes.
He did say that?
Yep.
Wow.
I think so. I think I saw that on Twitter.
Oh, no, I think you're trolling me.
Yeah. Rashard Higgins, that's Rashard. I'm not sure who that is. Higgins. He had 1 target, 1 catch, 7 yards, and the game-winning touchdown. We're going to have to look him up. It says here he played at Colorado State.
Mm-hmm.
Still not sure who he is.
I get why he's not playing. It says here he was drafted by Sashi.
Okay. So he's been available for the last couple weeks?
Apparently this is a guy
and we could have probably used him in a couple close games? Huh. Okay, well, we'll don't worry, survivors. We're going to dig into this one. But Hollywood Higgins scores the game-winning touchdown. 19-16, your motherfucking Browns hold on to win after a 52-yard missed field goal to end it. Anything in that last Bills drive?
I felt like we gave him a couple easy throws. My God, John Brown, 21 yards. Was it Morgan Burnett on that? There's a big hole in the coverage there. I don't like it. They have to get down the field. Why we have these giant gaps that are in our coverage. That was an issue. And then it seemed like there was they had some other opportunities that they really just did not take advantage of. And then they settle for the 53-yard field goal. No good by Stephen Hauschka. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, Cleveland Browns.
Tough day for Hauschka, huh?
Yeah.
0-2, yeah.
I mean, hey, not everybody can be Austin Seibert like we expected.
I'll tell you what, man. Kicking in the NFL has suddenly become way more difficult than it used to be.
Well, let's think of honestly. It's the dumbest. Who even came up with the idea? This is what we're going to do. We're going to throw on these pads. We're going to have this ball. We're just going to run at each other full speed, blast one another. And then, if you're close enough, you can bring out this guy who doesn't play the rest of the other 48 minutes of the game. But he doesn't play the other 58 minutes of the game. He's just out here for 4 plays a game, and then he's going to decide it for everybody. It is kind of a weird thing that there is such a thing as a kicker. What happened? Damn well it was the 5 guys that decided that they're going to come up with this game football. They're the real skinny little one. He's like, well, what am I going to do, guys, while you guys are playing? They're like, you're the kicker. You're what they call the all-time kicker. We're going to be over there having fun being men. And then every once in a while, we're going to call your little skinny ass in here and you're going to get a shot. He's
right.
Like, yes.
And it's all gonna be on you.
And it's all on you. And if you lose, us 4 giant dudes are gonna beat the crap out of you. No pressure though.
We've played for 59 minutes and 45 seconds. In your 15 seconds, you better make this fucking kick.
It's so silly. But yeah, kicking. Okay. This is it is football. So
Browns win 3-6. We got a short turnaround. Steelers on Thursday, correct?
We do. Easy win. Let's see what their score is right now.
I'm seeing 7-7, but I don't know if that's updated.
That's what I saw. 7-7. Almost in halftime. They're playing. Their defense is playing well, so it's not going to be an easy game. Offensively, if they aren't making mistakes, we can't make mistakes. But this is 2 games in a row. We didn't have a turnover again today.
No turnovers.
2 games in a row, no turnovers. I think that is a good sign Baker didn't have a ton of yards. I think he had less than 250, right?
Yeah, probably. He had 238, yeah.
Yeah, 238. So it wasn't a huge game, but like you said, we got like 190 yards out of our 2 running backs. So game balls go to them, to Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Game ball to Nick Chubb as usual. Defensively, Myles Garrett, Ward, game balls. Schobert, a couple of nice plays today.
Yeah, Ward was awesome. Jesus, welcome back. Thankfully, they're back in the. I thought even Randall probably played pretty good.
He did.
So hard to watch the safeties.
But. No. He was up and he had that big pass breakup in the end zone against I believe it was Dawson Knox on that one. And he also had a couple times where he came up and made some nice tackles, which we haven't been seeing out of our safety. The question, I mean, really, what's his name? 31 that's been filling in has done it. Justin Burris, just in a little bit of time that he's been playing, has been good enough. Way better than Whitehead. Way better. It's not even in question. I can't even believe these are the kind of things when you watch a guy play that bad for that long and you continue to throw him out on that field where he plays the second most snaps on the entire football field. That is when we start questioning why you are a head coach or a defensive coordinator in the NFL.
Yep.
When you have a guy, Rashard Higgins, who hasn't, first game of the season, he's out there in the very first drive making plays left and right, doesn't play the entire time, even when he's healthy in these past couple weeks, then catches a game-winning touchdown pass today and still can't get snaps. And everybody else at home goes, why is Higgins not ever in there? But yet they don't continue not to put him in. They continue to play guys over him that are not as good as him. That's when we sit at home and go, is this coaching staff the correct coaching staff to take us to the next level? We won a game. We even get a win, and we're still questioning these things.
Yeah, we're only 3-6, so a lot still to prove. Let's see what they can do on the short week.
Yep, it'll be interesting. So anything else that you have here for this one, or are we going to wrap it up?
No. Yeah, I probably got to get going. Okay. It is 7 a.m. here.
Sorry to hear. All right, let's wrap it up. Go ahead.
What's our Twitter?
Our Twitter is at STS Podcast, and our email is
survivingtheseason@gmail.com, patreon.com/STS Podcast if you want to financially support the show. Again, Corey Gardner, thank you very much, brother.
Corey!
You've been around Twitter for a long time. We really appreciate it. Everybody reaching out on Twitter, everyone sending emails. Thank you so much. Appreciate the feedback. Thanks for hanging in there during our travel days. By season 5, we should be doing this all in the same room.
Yes,
so
that's right.
Could get better. Right. Thank you, everybody. Greg, tell them what we say.
Keep on surviving.